I would like to see the baby.
Me voy a matar, te mi último. Uy, uy, uy. Me voy a matar. Uy, uy.
Con todo gusto le atendemos. Compramos carros y camionetas viejas para desarmar.
We shall declare independence.
What do you mean I'm not allowed in the Walmart?
1,000 times I've got no roots.
And I was wondering what causes the tips to go like this, and can I cut them off? What can I do about that?
Brown leaf tips like that are caused by chemicals in tap water such as chlorine and fluorine. It probably won't kill the plant, but if you want to get rid of it, try using rainwater or distilled water instead. And yes, you can cut them off if you want to. It won't harm the plant.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that.
Cool shade stunner.
Madonna, little nigga, come check my status. Mike ain't never been average. I make it happen. Give me.
Judging by the texture and color of the stem, it looks like your plant is long gone. Sorry about your loss. Next time, don't water your cactus so much. And give it plenty of light.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I just want them to know what rain feels like.
At the Plant Prodigy, I definitely recommend this. Not only does it keep the plant looking good, but it also helps remove pests like mealybugs or spider mites.
The life cycle of a loofah. My friend gave me some loofahs from her garden last year, and I collected the seeds. I let them dry completely and then chipped off the outside to reveal the loofah sponge. And even more loofah seeds. Look at how beautiful this is. So I turned it into a sponge. I added macrame string to create a handle to hang in the shower, just like this. The loofah is pretty rough when it's dry, but as soon as you add water, it turns into a sponge that is wonderful for exfoliating. Add a little bit of soap and it looks like this. The homegrown loofah is so much better than those plastic loofahs at the store. store. So I took the seeds, planted them up, grew my own vine, which turned into a giant vine. It has a pretty long growing season. The first flower showed up, then the first loofah. The bees love the yellow flowers. And 8 months later, I have full-grown loofahs ready to harvest. There were so many loofahs hidden throughout the vine. It was so fun to find them. And this is the life cycle of a loofah once it starts growing. You can eat them when they're smaller, but I let them grow to full size. Right now I'm letting them dry out, and we will turn them into sponges next week.
The leaves of this plant are a literal graveyard for fungus gnats. So this little guy is a carnivorous plant called Mexican butterwort, or Pinuicula. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes and colors, and they use these fleshy little leaves. I don't know if you can see it, but they create a nice little dewy texture on those leaves, and that attracts a whole bunch of little bugs, especially fungus gnats. So what's great about this is you've heard about the Venus flytrap and maybe some pitcher plants or something, and most of those plants do their best when they're outdoors. But this plant does really, really well just on a sunny windowsill. So it's perfect to keep amongst your other plants inside your home, and it can kind of help control your fungus gnat population. I also really like that it doesn't look like a carnivorous plant. From afar, it just looks like a cute little succulent hanging out in a pot. But as we get in closer, you can see that it is a very productive bug eater.
A plant started growing into my house, so I decided to track the progress. It is now taller than LeBron James.
You'll need to see my magical new plant. What the fork? I called her Heidi because she hides. I love her.
Okay, girls, move. Out of the way.
What was that?
Nothing.
What is it?
Nothing. It's a plant that I rescued.
From where?
From the plant shelter.
You can't keep calling the garden center a plant shelter.
You say tomato and I say mind your fucking business.
Honestly.
Shower the people with love. Plant a seed, let it grow. Get a tree. Avocado. Avocado. Plant a seed, let it grow. Get a tree. Avocado. Avocado.
Magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Roses. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Roses. When you press me to your heart.
The first thing I did was grab some chia seeds, put them in a bowl, and added some water. I let the seeds soak for about 5 minutes and mixed it in between, and it started to look like this. At this point, the seeds will stick to anything. Spread the seeds out, making sure not to overlap. If it becomes too sticky, use a spray bottle and mist it, and it becomes a lot easier to move around. Place in a bright window, mist once a day, and your chia pet will start to grow.
Remember that alocasia I rescued last spring? Well, it totally died while I was away. But let's see if I can salvage the bulb. Alocasia grow from bulbs, and you can dig them up at any time and replant them if the bulb stays intact. I was suspecting root rot as the cause of death, and although the roots were fairly healthy, the autopsy revealed that the bulb itself was rotting from the top down. This required immediate intervention, so I prepped the bulb for surgery by cleaning off all of the dirt and trimming the roots with my Fiskars shears. Once it was ready, I busted out my Hori Hori knife and cut an inch below the rotted area. It was a clean cut, and then I brought it inside to prep for the bulb embalming. The first step was getting it as dry as possible because any moisture can lead to fungus or more rot. I dried it off with a towel and covered it with cinnamon. Cinnamon has antibacterial properties and is great for absorbing excess moisture. It also smelled good enough to eat, but that would probably be a bad idea. To store it, I wrapped it in brown paper and put it in a dry place for safekeeping. I'll let it rest for a few months and we'll try again in the spring.
You are not going to believe what happens when you give a plant coffee instead of water.
How I check if my plants have strong roots. Good. Good. Double good. Kinda good. Fuck.
You're mine, and we belong together.
What am I supposed? I mean, how am I gonna? I can't even. There's nothing left for me.
Can Venus flytraps get indigestion? Well, yes, they can. If you look closely, the trap didn't close with the prey all the way inside. The fly was still kind of hanging out. And about 6 days later, my trap actually did turn black towards the part where the fly was still hanging out. And if that's the case, all you have to do is trim the trap.
Did you know most of the soils you buy from the store have fungus gnats and eggs living in it? I opened a bag and the army came flying out. So I decided to burn both them and the eggs. You can also bake your soil in your oven.
Meet me at our spot. Come on, baby,
TikTok, help me. What kind of plant is this? I've never seen this before.
What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping wine.
I overwatered my plant. Well, see how this goes.